todos! Hello everyone, thank you all for tuning in. Your host today, I'm Jonny.
And I'm Tom.
And here's Tadeo.
We're three American expats coming to you from the beautiful capital city of Buenos Aires, Argentina. This is the podcast about everything but nothing, with a little bit of expat life, news, and, travel, lifestyle, and comedy thrown in. This is the Velvet Hammer.
Hi.
Ooh, okay.
Kind of missed that one this week.
Great. What's happening?
Wow, ladies and gentlemen, number 4. Thank you all for tuning in.
Yes, thank you very much.
Oh, we've been reading your comments and then and seeing your low stars. I'm like, why are you rating us so low? Are we really offending you that
They're not enjoying it as much as we are. That's the problem.
Right.
Oh,
No.
enjoy. It's here for you.
much? Thank you guys for rating. We appreciate those 4 stars because we're trying our best here. So, you know what?
We'll get better, we promise.
Right.
We're pretty damn good now, though. Oh, God. So, what are we drinking today?
Oh, today I think we're having a German Heineken.
A German Heineken.
Speaking of
Oh,
stars,
okay, let's
the
go.
big red star. Here we go.
That's
Okay,
right.
great.
Red star.
Cheers,
Yeah,
gentlemen.
Gene. And Gene to our viewers.
Oh, yeah. Cheers to you guys.
You probably knew that. We're drinking from the can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay, so recently we were trying to get to the studio to record a podcast and edit like we do for you every week, and there was this humongous protest, and apparently it was all across the country. Is that?
Oh, yeah.
Is
It's
that
a
right?
manifestation.
Oh,
Manifestation.
Huge.
There were like 50,000 people in the streets.
Oh, I would say
here.
more than that,
And it
yeah.
was centered about a block and a half from our office here.
Right.
And all the streets fed into Plaza de Congreso, which is about a block and a half away. We're right downtown in Buenos Aires. And of course, the doors to Palacio Barolo were locked. But I called Carlos, the security guard, and he came over and opened them for
Let
us.
us in.
So I waited,
Thank
and
Jesus.
everybody got in there. It was
Right.
kind of nice. There weren't any tourists.
Yeah.
You could take tours of Palacio Barolo because
Hey,
it's a really cool
never come
building.
here.
So,
And what was this event? What you tell us
It
about
was
that?
the Paro
What does Paro
Nacional.
mean?
So it's like the strike. National
Yeah,
strike.
it's a strike.
Of
A
all
Paro is a
of
strike.
the,
Okay, so
the
paro is
worker-
the Spanish word for like strike.
the worker union. There's a huge union of all basically workers, and so a lot of places were closed. Ice cream stores, bars, restaurants, buses.
well,
close
they
to
said the
shutting.
buses weren't going to run, but some of the buses did run.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
they-
somehow made it here on a bus. They let us off a couple blocks early, and we had to walk through the mass of people.
And police
Oh, yeah.
and army.
But
the
you know,
army was out.
since Malay
Yeah.
was elected Bullrich, we called her
Bull
Rule
bitch.
Bitch.
Rule bitch.
Rule Bitch.
The bull
Bullrich.
bitch. Rule
and
bitch.
we mean that in the best way because we need a Rule Bitch down here.
She's a rule bitch.
We need a Rule Bitch. in
She's a
Argentina.
rule bitch.
She said, "Okay, you can
Call
have
her
all
Bull
these
Whip.
fucking. You can
Bull
have
whip.
huh?
Bull whip.
Bull Whip.
She was
Okay.
whipping people in
cool
the shape,
whip.
but it's
Cool whip.
Cool Whip. Oh my God, that's drywall paste. Jeez, that's like Cool Whip and baby formula are the same thing. It's some kind of emulsion of drywall paste that comes out of China. It's not anything. Well, anyhow, she said, okay, you can have these manifestations and protest the government and all this, but you can't block the streets.
Yeah, well, they definitely blocked the streets.
They
like
definitely
hell.
blocked the streets yesterday.
You couldn't even move around. We were squeezing through.
just trying to get down the block. It was terrible.
And so, I mean, this was it just normal people, or were these the unions?
It was the worker union, a lot of syndicates, people for their pensions.
And
Yeah.
they're just protesting.
Because
like-
because they're cutting it.
It was a
They're
big
cutting it.
party.
Yeah.
Basically, they were
Yeah,
out there.
people were walking with beers in their hands.
Well, there's
They're going
always
to-
people with beers, but
True, with Fernet Cola.
yeah,
There's always people
There's
with
always-
beers.
Look at me, we're
Any
drinking
given
Heineken.
Sunday.
That's no problem. I like Heineken. I like Beck's better.
Beck's.
I'm sorry, we don't have a little cord for Beck's because we really haven't really signed them on as a sponsor yet.
Yeah,
But
we haven't signed
Heineken-
anyone. But if you would like us if you would like to sponsor us, by all means, let us know. Our email is in the podcast. We'll take it. We'll take it.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of Paro, because they were striking against Malay, his Omnibus Act passed the lower house. Yep. Now it's going to, it's like,
so it passed the House of Representatives.
Yeah,
and
so if-
English
yeah.
speak, it's going to the Senate.
it's going to the Senate.
No shit.
It's going to the Senate.
Oh Lord,
That's
Star Wars.
wonderful.
Star Wars.
Lord.
You have to shout to the Senate.
You know, while I was waiting downstairs for you guys to arrive yesterday, when the doors were locked and Carlos and I were standing there,
recently,
another lady came up and she was a filmmaker. There's another cinema.
let's not say any
company.
names.
No,
Yeah.
okay.
So we're probably
Another
sponsored.
cinema person, okay, who works here in Barolo, and we talked for a while, and somehow it came up, you really don't want to talk politics to anybody, anywhere.
I mean, yeah, it doesn't matter
But that's
where
what
you
we
And
are.
do
it came
here.
out
They
that
love to
this
talk
particular
politics.
person, she couldn't stand Millet because he
That
was
works,
too
that works.
much like Trump.
Oh.
And I thought, I looked at her like, if that's your problem with Millet, then I don't think we can talk about anything.
Right.
But we're gonna, maybe we'll invite her to the show
Hey, let her
as a
be.
guest later on.
If her English is good enough,
And let her say what she wants to say, and then out comes the velvet
we're
hammer.
gonna hammer her down into pulp.
That's right.
Hammer her into pulp.
She'll be 2 inches shorter by the time she leaves. But that's what we do.
Hey, speaking of politics, the other day, my brother and I, Tadeo, the other host, we were out walking, and we were going down Corrientes in front of all the theaters and stuff.
Right.
Oh,
This is-
Lord.
And this guy, there's a guy with a camera and a guy with his microphone, and I think he like sort of jerry-rigged it. Like he put a box on his microphone to make it look like
Make it look like a news
Yeah.
microphone.
He has a
Microphone.
podcast and he has 4 subscribers.
Yeah, so but he's got lots of subscribers, and he starts interviewing us, and we're in the interview. He goes, his question was, "Malay es una casta?" I had no fucking clue what
Malay
that
is de
means.
la casta.
Is de la casta? I don't know what that
If
means.
is he from like the caste, the upper system
Oh,
Oh,
the
the
caste.
privileged.
of the privilege? Is
Okay.
he part of that
Okay.
privilege?
Right.
And we're like, we
elite.
don't know.
Elitist is the word.
Elitist.
we use.
Oh,
He's
so
elite.
that's why he sold all the airplanes and helicopters that belonged to the government.
Yeah.
So because
So he can
he
only have
didn't
his
need
own.
them. I don't think so. The guy's an actor. I mean, he's a comedian.
Right.
I'm not a
Yeah.
comedian in real life, but in his former profession.
So this
He's a
guy-
great leader.
Kind of just like Trump, an actor, a
Yeah,
comedian,
he's
an,
Trump
an,
was
an
an actor.
entertainer.
He's an entertainer.
Trump is
Entertainer.
yeah,
He can
Yes.
entertain the people.
Absolutely.
And that's what's gonna win you the election.
You're fired.
Yeah.
You're fired.
You're fired.
He is
Oh.
known for saying you're fired.
You're fired.
And
Okay.
Malay is firing everyone. You're
Yeah.
fired.
He
You're
is
fired. You're
firing
fired.
everyone.
You're
That's
fired.
true. This is like The Apprentice all over again.
Yeah.
Except with Malay.
Yeah.
You're fired.
Okay.
In
so-
Argentina.
So New Hampshire had its primary.
Oh,
the other
yeah.
day. Okay, and the first results were out
Oh,
shortly
close
after
enough,
midnight.
so.
There was a precinct in New Hampshire that recorded 6 votes for Haley and no votes for Trump. And that's all the voters they had.
Yeah.
And so, of course, the media picks up on this. Haley has strong lead, 100% of the support in New Hampshire. This is like at 12:01 a.m.
Yeah. 4 out of 6.
Jesus.
I guess you win.
These
No,
caucuses
look at
are
you.
such
He ended up
bullshit.
with Trump ended up with 52% of the popular vote.
Yeah.
And so,
And, I mean, and just to jump back to what we were saying earlier, this guy was interviewing us in the street, and he goes, "Well, Malaysia Casa, we don't know." We were like, "I don't know what the fuck that means. I don't know." He's like, "So who are you? Where are you from?" We're like, "We're from the United States." He's like, "What? Really? Have you lived here?" We're like, "Yeah, for 6 years." He's like, "Your guys' Spanish is good." And then he goes, and then he's like, "Well, what do you think about Malay?" And I go, "You know what? In the United States, people say Malay is Trump," and now he posted that on his thing, and now we have a live interview on
Trump is
on
Malay.
Instagram
Okay.
of the two of us, and
Cool.
he says he's like, "What did he say?" When he asked you, you're like, "Well,
I think he's good for the people for now, but it's gonna be hard.
yeah, that's what you said, yeah."
And people, when
That's
someone's
fair.
yeah, when
Yeah.
you've had something your whole life and you have to take it away, well, you're gonna get mad at that.
Right.
So
yeah, and you're
I
so
think that's
used
what
to it,
they're
and I
used
think
to
that's
it.
what's happening. Like,
It's taking away things that you're used to having,
Right.
and now you have to get that yourself. You used
Right.
to get a lollipop every day. Well, you're not going to get
Now
it. You
you
have
have
to
to-
go work and buy your own
yeah,
lollipop.
make your little lemonade stand and get your lollipop on the
It's-
money that you make.
Yeah, it's
And actually, that's a perfect segue into the soup day, the subway system.
ooh, well,
the
there's a lot
public
to talk
transport
about
system.
something, yeah.
okay.
Because
Something.
Malay took away all the public transport subsidies. So
starting February 1st.
Go ahead,
yeah.
explain it, because
Starting-
you know all the info.
Starting February 1st, it's going
Crazy.
to triple the price of taking the bus. At least the bus will triple in price if you have your card registered.
Right. If
Other
you have a
than
card
that,
registered.
it's going to be
Or
5-6
triple.
times as much. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the trains aren't going to increase so much. I think it's going to be about a double the
Right.
price of the
But
trains.
the thing is, here in Argentina, people live like like any capital city. it swells during the morning because all these people commute.
2 million
That's what she
commuters
said.
come in
That's what
every
she said,
day.
girl. Oh my God.
It swells in the morning.
Oh.
Oh my.
It's called morning bender.
Morning wood.
I apologize to all you heteros out there. I can't control these guys.
Hey, I
No,
mean, but they have it too. I know you guys have it too. I know you guys.
Oh, that's true. That's
If
true.
you're still alive,
I
you
have-
get that morning wood.
I'll let you rescind it.
Oh,
Get it
weird
up
thing.
and let's go.
Right. But
That's another
so-
conversation we'll have later.
Yeah.
A weird thing, morning
But I mean,
wood.
a lot of people live so far out of the city that they need like 2 or 3 buses.
And
they have
a
to
train.
transfer, and there are no transfers like in like New York or Washington D.C. or L.A. where you just, once you get your car, you can transfer from the train to the bus, and it automatically just continues your ride.
Sentence.
But this no, in Argentina, well at least in Buenos Aires area, you have to pay for each ride you get. So if
If you're taking 3 bus trips and a train to get into the city,
and your
to
bus
get
trip
back
has
home,
now tripled in cost.
yeah,
It's going to
that's
cost
a
you
lot
6
of money.
times as much to
Your
go
entire
to
commute.
work and to come home.
That's a lot.
Yes,
for people
that's a
here.
lot. That's a lot for this economy. The workers here to
That's a
put up with it.
lot.
That's
It's
a lot.
huge.
Well-
People, the things that what's going to happen is people aren't going to be able to afford to get to work, so they're going to have to quit their jobs. And that's already on top of all the people that Milei fired.
They can't do that. They can't quit their jobs.
But I mean,
they just have
well-
to start paying for the bus system instead of
But they're-
beers
what-
at the bar, or instead of
They've got to
dinner,
give things up.
instead of shoes for their kids. You know, I mean, it's really serious here.
Oh, yeah.
In Argentina, it's
Yeah.
serious. Like last time I looked, I think it was like officially it was 40% of the population lived below the poverty level.
Yeah.
And
It's
when
more
you
than
really
average.
come down to it, those are just the people that get government benefits.
But
But there's a lot more. We're closer to 60% of the people
Yeah.
are living under the poverty
Yeah.
level.
And most
I hate
like
that.
young students barely graduate high school. They can't read. They can't do basic math. So like this is they're
70%. a lot.
70. Wow.
But then a lot of people are also living outside the system as well. So there's the pobreza, the poorness
That's
is
Well,
true.
You know,
huge.
one
Shit.
time I saw,
Expanding.
I read an article about illiteracy rates all over the world. And I was surprised to find out in the United States of America, like 25% of the population, that's very close, I know it's not over 30, were illiterates.
I
You
believe
know,
it.
They can't read.
I
Those
believe
motherfuckers
it.
can't read.
I believe it.
I believe that. Yeah. Americans are the stupidest fools. Sorry, I'm one of you.
But Argentina was in the 40s someplace, 45%.
But Argentina
I was
is stupider than
appalled.
y'all.
My God, United
Yeah.
States people
Yeah.
can't read.
Like you guys think that you have it so bad with 25% who can't read. Imagine 70% not being able to read.
I mean, but you're
Like,
missing
you
part of the
think
point.
it's-
People from Argentina want to go to America because they think it's so great and so, oh, look at America. From all over the world, they think this. But America is kind of shitty.
Yeah,
It is.
everybody
We're
wants.
the first world that's shitty.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to be American, and
Yeah.
I look at them and they say that, oh, I want to go to America. I say,
Yeah.
I look at them
It's-
and say,
it-
why?
America is the
No.
shittiest first world country.
It's-
the shittiest.
It's a
Canada's better.
it's a
Fucking
porta
Britain's
potty.
better.
Oh my God,
Germany's
it's
better.
terrible.
France is better.
Anywhere in Europe is
China's better. Russia's better.
China, Europe, yeah.
All these other countries are way better. The United States is a fucking sinkhole of garbage. Sorry, I didn't mean that. No, I definitely meant that, you bitch.
Of course you meant it. That's
Yeah.
why we're in the beautiful city of Buenos Aires.
Exactly. That's why I
I
left
mean,
you motherfuckers.
Now, come on, we just can't
We're
do it
American
anymore.
expats.
But that's okay. We're still talking with
Yeah.
everybody. We have friends there,
And I hope you all move here like Ayn Rand in her book. Everyone needs to go to Gulch Gulch. And please read that book, because y'all, it'll change your life.
Yeah, escape
Yeah.
the rat race.
Yeah, get out of that shit.
You were talking about Soup Day, the Subterraneo,
The
subway we call it in
subway.
English.
Subway.
Yeah.
So the D line, which is the green line, which passes through
Oh,
Recoleta,
yeah.
Palermo, a lot
Oh,
of the higher,
The
higher
most touristy areas.
the touristy area, the slightly higher class, nice
Yeah.
areas, is closed.
It's closed for
but
during
renovations,
the tourist season.
which is weird, right?
That's
Yeah.
bad timing.
There is a reason for this.
Oh.
Because you can close. They close every night at 11 or 10.
Yeah.
And you can replace between 12 to 12.
Yeah, they do this in Washington.
You replace the during the
lines
night.
and that thing, yeah.
They can't do that because it's getting flooded. Because what's happening is, this is a nice rich area, so they're building lots of new buildings. And when you build a new building, you have to level the old one, and you have to dig how far. Johnny knows something about architecture.
Yeah, so you have to have like a like 2 or 3 stories of you have to dig all the way down to the undisturbed
The
land.
original foundation,
and then
dig
and then
deeper.
go all the way down till the ground is undisturbed.
So you have
And then on that you have to fucking fill it up with concrete to make a foundation.
So these foundations are so deep that they're almost getting to the subterranean level.
Oh shit.
And Buenos Aires has a lot of underground rivers.
That's true.
So what they're doing in order to build these foundations is draining these little aquifers and rivers that are below these huge apartment buildings that they're trying to put up.
Oh shit.
And that is messing with the ground level.
Yeah, and it's gonna cause sinkholes and shit.
So yeah, this has been happening. So the government has been replacing the sidewalks, which have been dipping.
Oh yeah.
They've been replacing sidewalks, and now the subway, which is 32 meters, I think. No, it's 25
Underground.
meters, and 32 meters is where the rivers are.
Oh.
So they're
Holy
starting.
shit.
That's
So
pretty
it's,
close.
Yeah,
That's
so-
100 feet.
Yeah,
And
that's
with the-
so close.
Yeah.
You've seen how all that fresh water you've seen in the drains. Sometimes there's all this fresh water running in the drains. You're like,
Yeah,
what's going
that's
on?
true. I mean,
Because they're emptying the aquifers below to make room for the foundations, and that's fucking with the ground levels. And now the subte has to actually close down to repair the entire train line
Because
it's
it's
all
fucking
sinking.
filling up with water. Oh,
And
the
it's
water
sink-
has to go somewhere.
Yeah, and it's sinking, so you have to replace it and put concrete. That's why it's actually closed.
Okay,
Huge
that
polemic.
makes
There's a
sense.
huge controversy. No one knows about this.
Wow.
Because you don't have to close the subte line during tourist hot season.
No, I mean and that's when the subte makes most of its money.
Exactly.
They cash in on the
closing
tourist, and it's also the D line, which runs through all the
Yeah,
tourist areas.
it's a very important line,
Everywhere
sure.
in Palermo, everywhere, like right down Corrientes,
yeah,
Recoleta.
Belgrano.
Yeah, everything that tourists go to, they use the D line to get to.
They use that
And
D.
you know, there's going to be another problem with this.
And that's why it's called the
I
green
know,
line.
If
The green
nobody's
line
in the
is
D line and they're just
Yeah.
working during the day and all this stuff, the
Flooding.
rats are going to come.
Oh,
They're
Lord.
going to come up because the rats are down in the subterranean
Good
level.
one.
That's
So
where they live.
gross.
You
They're getting
know,
flooded out.
New Rat City.
So gross.
It's great.
So gross.
So they're coming up
Fucking
and
rat.
they're going to have to get rid of that. And I don't know if Orchid's
Wait.
here. Orchid could handle it. Yeah.
Is Argentina one of the top rat places in the world?
Oh yeah, you have.
Or
you
is
have
it?
No,
It's only in the
actually,
U.S.
you have a
that
list.
The United States is a top rat place.
So okay, what we
Okay.
need to
Yeah,
do.
we got
so
rats.
we got a list of the top 10
in
Yeah,
America.
cities, but only cities in the U.S. What about like top 10 cities of the world?
I don't know. I don't have that. Number
pretty
one
sure,
city.
like,
London, Paris, Beijing.
somewhere in India.
We're just.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Well, they
Dhaka.
eat
Somewhere in
them.
China.
It's
Beijing.
it's a food crop. Okay.
Oh Lord,
So
oh Lord.
that's great.
Apologies.
Okay. Number one in the United States is Chicago. Okay.
Chicago.
We have an article here where rats are actually eating cars in Chicago.
Oh, yeah,
They'll
sure.
crawl under your
Jesus
hood,
Christ.
and they really like the plastic insulation on
Yeah,
the
they use it
wiring
to make their
system.
nests.
And
Girl,
they make
girl.
nests, and
And ruin
they
your
chew
vehicle.
the wires,
Oh,
and
girl.
you have to have your car rewired and all this.
Yeah.
There are videos out there that people start driving to work, and all of a sudden rats are coming out from underneath the hood of their car.
Oh,
It's
nasty.
incredible. Okay, number two is Los Angeles.
Weird.
Yeah.
So I don't understand
Ridiculous.
that
It's
because
ridiculous.
It's,
I don't get that.
Los
I thought-
Angeles is
I
kind
thought
of
Los
ratty.
Angeles kind of clean. I mean, it's a huge fucking city. That's a
Los
problem.
Angeles is really gross.
Los
It's
Angeles
actually-
is huge.
It's that's true. There's an enormous
well,
amount
Compton.
of-
Sprawl.
Yeah.
It's
we're
yeah.
Not, we're not going to go to Compton.
sprawl. Yeah, go ahead. Just read the
Compton
list.
Swamp.
Give us 1 to
There's
10.
a
and
lot of
list.
Koreans in Compton. It's a
Right.
cash crop. Okay, so
Keep
number
going down.
3 is
Just
New
go
York
down the list.
City. New York
New
City.
York
is number 3?
Washington D.C. is number 4.
Okay, I know DC
San
for that.
Francisco 5. Number 6
Francisco is.
Philadelphia.
Philly.
Number 7 Baltimore. Oh
Maryland.
God, don't get me started on
Oh,
Baltimore.
my God.
Oh God, it's the asshole of the universe.
So
Oh
sad.
shit.
It's never been
You,
good.
you just don't even know. I was
Yeah.
there. Well, I was selling pianos on the road, you know, piano stores and all this. And I
Right.
had to go to Baltimore every once in a while, and I had a store downtown.
What the fuck
Oh
am I doing
my
here?
God, what
With-
the fuck am I doing?
Don't they have the Liberty Bell? Oh
No,
no, that's
Philly.
Pennsylvania.
That's
Philly.
Philadelphia.
That's Philadelphia,
Okay,
that's
okay,
right.
we got Baltimore, and number 8
Nothing's
is
in Baltimore.
Denver, Colorado.
I thought Denver.
Holy shit! In the
Who-
mountains and shit.
Who
Mile
would
High
think
City.
that? Rocky
the
Mountain
fuck?
High and all this? It's supposed to be a utopia. Aspen and all that.
You know,
Denver
apparently
is
they have the healthiest
overridden
rats.
with
You know what?
rats.
This is weird. I mean, I think what we're getting at. Well, keep finish.
No,
this.
I want to go on that one.
Okay,
Yeah,
number,
I'll take this. I'll take
Gluten-free
it.
rats.
Go ahead.
Ooh,
Say
right.
what you're gonna say.
Vegan rats.
Vegan rats.
Vegan rats.
The healthiest rats you've ever
They're in
had.
Denver. They gotta be vegan.
Vegan, gluten-free, super healthy, like muscular.
Fucking Denver.
And they also, yeah. We love Denver. Our sister lives in Denver, so
Yeah,
fine.
no, we have much love for you, babies.
Oh,
That's
number
all
nine.
over my head. I don't know what the fuck they're talking
Hey,
about.
sister! I
Number
hope you're
9 goes to
listening.
Anna, girl, Detroit.
Number
Detroit.
9 is Detroit.
Detroit.
Shout out
Damn,
to
Anna.
Right,
Okay.
yeah, Motor
House
City,
music, house music,
Motown,
baby.
and all that.
Okay.
But they're used to it. I mean, it's no problem. They're
It's
rats
number
everywhere.
9. It's not number 2. Like
And number 10,
Number
number
10?
10, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is in
Don't know.
Cleveland.
Oh.
The Rock and
Cleveland,
Roll
Ohio
Hall of
is
Fame
number
in
10.
Cleveland?
I don't know.
I would have said like Memphis or Nashville or something.
No, it's Cleveland.
Oh, wow.
Cleveland,
Ohio.
Oh,
Yeah.
Ohio? Wow. Okay.
Yeah, so all these ways. Now, I have seen videos, this is many years ago, videos in New York City that late at night, early morning, like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, the rats eat all the food in one building and they have to go to another building.
Right.
And so there's like 200 or 300 of these rats. And they go out on the street, on the sidewalk,
Really
and
gross.
it's like a herd of rats.
Ugh,
And they go
nasty.
out and they turn
You know
the
what?
corner, they
What
go
do
to
you
another
call-
building and go down in it.
You call a murder of crows a herd of
Cattle.
of cattle. What do you call a group of rats?
Well, that's an interesting
I don't know,
question.
Republicans,
Well, you know-
Democrats, politicians. That's it. There we go.
Ah, that works!
Oh, a bunch of politicians.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, right.
I'll take that.
Well, okay, so
One for the win.
so you have cats. You know, rats clean themselves just like cats.
Yeah, we talked about this on another one.
Did we really talk about
Yeah,
it?
they
Okay,
preen.
so maybe it's
Preen.
a pride.
That's what it's called.
They
So
preen. Maybe it's a
gross.
pride of rats.
Oh, maybe.
A pride,
But I think that's a pride of lions. I don't know.
Well, cats and rats
That's
because
true.
that's my connection. I don't know what you
Fair.
call it.
I mean,
Cute.
but this like.
If you know what a herd of rats is called, please let us know.
Leave it in the comments.
Yeah.
Or
Put
let's
it in the
make up
comments.
words. Let's make something up.
A raton of rats.
A raton. I could
A
just call it.
battalion
Raton.
of rats.
I'm still down for politicians. A group of politicians.
A
ran across the
politician
street.
of rats.
A politician of rats. There we go.
Oh,
Yeah.
that would work.
There
Yes.
goes- there goes
Oh my
Nancy
God!
Pelosi.
Did you see that politician of rats crossing the street?
Or a party of rats.
A party. Oh, it could be
Party.
a party.
It
Yeah.
could be a
Party.
party.
Yes.
Oh, I saw a party of rats.
A party of rats crossing the street the other day. That works.
Some of them only had 2 legs, though. That was kind of weird.
They're
But
dragging themselves.
they
Oh
were
my
just-
God. I mean, okay, so I think what this sort of says, because there's like a top 10 list, and they're all big cities, and this like really takes me back to like bubonic plague times, like all these gigantic ships
Right.
leaving London, big cities with tons of rats. They ended up on the ship somehow, and then they crossed the Atlantic Ocean and went to the United States, and then at the time the colonies, and then the rats came out of the ship, and then now there's rats in Baltimore. Now there's rats everywhere.
You don't
Oh.
you think
Oh,
there aren't
rats?
rats in North America?
I don't think so.
Before the
Maybe
think so.
mice. There
the
were definitely
Mayflower
mice.
came over?
There were at least
What's
mice.
the difference?
Rats.
Yeah. There were
Rats,
definitely
mice.
mice. Because the eagles in the desert were like,
It's a wilderness. The United States was a wilderness.
Yeah.
Everything was here.
But I'm pretty sure like the rats somehow know. They're like, they know where there's lots of humans around. They can smell our shit and our sweat or something, and maybe the
Food.
smell of our
The
sex.
leftover food.
They're like, okay, so there's definitely rural area, suburb, or city. Let's go to the city, and the whole party of rats goes to the next city.
Uh-huh.
And
I like that.
And then the whole the party of rats.
Okay.
I'm not-
I think we would
I'm
like
not
the term
letting this
party.
go. Okay.
Yeah,
There
no.
were rats here before the Mayflower. Okay.
Yeah, clearly.
Oh, yes, definitely.
My family, my party came over on the Mayflower. We had our own rats.
I think it's just that like the rats congregate where cities are,
Yeah, because
like cockroaches.
if
They
you eat an
congregate where
apple,
the cities are.
Yeah.
if you eat an apple, the leftover apple is a huge meal for a rat. So imagine 1,000 people eating apples every day and throwing away that little apple core. That apple core is a whole meal for those motherfuckers.
That's true. Like I mean, even like the what do they call the? If you guys have been watching Planet Earth 3,
Oh,
Attenborough. Those yeah, with David Attenborough.
He is canon. His voice, golden voice man.
Yeah, his voice is so good.
Anyway.
But I mean, he was talking about those concrete ants that like eat the hot dogs in New York.
Oh yeah, there it
And
goes.
they,
Yeah.
they like bite the hot. Like there's so much litter in New York that the ants have literally bound their way into the concrete, and they
Oh,
have.
yeah, they
So
can do
people
that.
are walking, and these ants are like not even getting
Right
smushed.
below.
and they're just like grabbing hot dogs and tying them up and
Little
eating
pieces
them.
of trash.
You know,
Like,
rats
what?
can chew through concrete also.
And so, but
They're-
these
they're
are rats
teeth.
now.
Their
These
teeth
aren't even
are
just
like
ants.
fingernails.
Ugh,
They grow out.
disgusting.
They're not teeth. They're like
Oh yeah, and they
fingernails.
just keep on growing, and
They
as
keep
they
growing,
gnaw,
and as they wear them down, they can
Like
eat through
gophers.
everything. In fact, what they had to do in New York City, because the rats were eating through the concrete, going into the new constructions and the old houses, they found that they could mix
Ugh.
ground glass into the mortar.
that's
Okay.
genius.
Yeah, and-
Fuck those
But
motherfuckers
the
up.
thing is, it's not because it hurt the rats, they just didn't like the taste of it.
Oh, ground glass.
They're like,
Oh God.
they didn't like
I
the taste
hate
of ground
it.
glass.
I'd
Not
rather-
that it lacerates their lips and cheeks, and will have minor lacerations all throughout your entire
I'd rather eat a
fucking
cat
mouth.
than ground ground glass. You know, that's a God.
I mean, they're-
Give me a homeless guy's thumb. I can eat no glass. Shit.
No, fuck no.
We
Ooh.
talked about that too. Like,
I mean, I have a story about eating glass.
you ate glass.
Yeah, I ate glass
Oh, Lord.
once. Actually,
Oh,
no.
Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
so
That's
I,
disgusting.
yeah, so
Did
okay.
you swallow?
Yeah, I ate it all.
That's what he said.
So actually, and this is actually an Argentina story that's happened here.
Yeah.
So I went to a Chino. We talked about Chinos before, how they have all this cheap shit. And I was like, okay, you know, let me buy a Pyrex. And I thought it was gonna be Pyrex. Again, Pyrex is a good shit.
Sure, you can
Yeah,
make
And
it.
it
a glass
had like
dish
all the,
for
it had all the marketing on it. It looked
Oh,
like
I know where
Pyrex.
this is going.
So
I know
was
where
like,
it's
oh, okay,
going.
great, I'll buy it. It was really fucking cheap. And so I made a quiche. I put the pie crust in, filled it with egg and all the quiche stuff, and I put it in the oven. And this motherfucker exploded in the oven. It was like, BAM! And he hurt my brother.
I was
hurt it.
washing in the kitchen. Yeah.
And he was like, Johnny, I think your pan just exploded. And there's glass all over the oven. It's fucking scalding hot. I'm like, oh, trying to sweep it out. So I take the quiche to my room, and I'm like,
Grenaded quiche.
there's no way. Yeah, it's grenaded. Like there's shrapnel all through the
Oh
quiche.
my
There's
God!
glass
It
shrapnel.
wasn't even safety Pyrex.
No, it
It
broke.
was Chinese Pyrex.
Yeah, it
Not
broke
even-
like safety glass on auto vehicles into a billion little fucking pieces.
Uh-huh.
It was there. I couldn't even peel the shit off, so I'm like peeling what I could, and I was like, there is no way. And once you live here for a while, you realize you don't waste food. You don't waste food. You don't waste food in Argentina, honeys. So I'm like, I'm not wasting this. So I cut it open and I peeled as much glass as I could. I'm just eating it. And like, oh, like pieces of glass will start exploding under my fucking molars. I'm like, oh. I try and move it around, but then I was like, oh. I got a couple of like holes poked in my cheeks.
I got glass one time
In my gums.
in a Hyatt Regency in downtown Atlanta.
The Hyatt Regency.
Yeah.
The Hyatt is top class.
My ex and me went for a brunch. Right?
That is not a good
So
review,
we're
sir.
sitting there, and I'm eating a
Brunch.
salad that they brought out, and I had a crunch. It's like
Ooh.
this fucking glass. I called the waiter over, and I said, "There's glass in my salad."
It's fucking
He
glass.
says, "Oh, okay." He said, "Oh, that happens all the time. You know, they drop a wine glass back there and it explodes and goes everywhere." And then he walked away. I
That's what
said,
she said.
"Well, what kind of an excuse is that?
That's a shitty.
I got glass in my mouth."
Exactly.
And, oh, it happens all the time.
Oh, Gordon Ramsay would be like, "What the fuck do you think you're doing? There is no fucking good health to this. If you fucking blow a gold down." Yeah, Gordon Ramsay would
Clearly.
fucking split an anus over this shit.
What, the Hyatt Regency is like
yeah,
a
that's
really.
some high class shit.
Oh, are we?
Okay. Yeah,
Speaking
well,
of high
hey.
class shit.
Yeah. Okay. It's time. Okay. We're halfway through the podcast.
Oh,
Today.
okay.
Now it's time
Sounds
for
like
our. What are we doing now?
Oh,
Our
it's like,
shameless-
ladies and gentlemen, it's time for our shameless capitalistic product plug.
I like that. Can you say it a little faster?
Oh, a shameless capitalistic product plug.
Faster.
I like
Shameless capitalistic product plug.
Faster.
Shameless capitalistic product plug. Shameless capitalistic product. Okay, that's about as fast as I can go.
Give it
Shameless.
What-
Shameless
your best
capitalistic
shot.
product
No.
plug.
Your best shot right now. 3, 2, 1.
Shameless capitalistic product plug.
Good. All right.
Damn, that rolled right out.
So let's go.
All right.
Here we are.
Today,
It's ready.
this
Pressurized
episode
diamonds.
brought to you, but not brought to you at all by.
Kill mace.
Oh, 1, 2, 3.
Look at that.
Oh, I like kill mace.
Okay. I mean, we like any
Shut
sort of
up.
beer.
Yeah. We like every beer.
Yeah.
That's not a problem.
You know what?
Okay.
That's beautiful. I've never had a Quilmes in America. This does not arrive
Oh
in
no,
America.
they have.
That's true.
They sell it all here.
Right? German
That's
beers
not a
arrive
problem.
all around the world. American beer, they sell Budweiser, they sell Heineken
Well,
beer.
I mean-
but you've never had an Argentinian beer,
Right.
even a Korean beer.
And
they
I
don't
think,
sell in
you know,
America.
I think I said this on episode 2 or 3. I wouldn't
And
be
I
shocked
push.
if they were owned by Andrews
Right.
Goose. So
Yeah.
of course they don't sell Quilmes because they don't need
Why would
to.
they? Yeah. Well,
But
this
if they're not,
This is
I would
really
love to see
an
some
American
Quilmes.
style beer.
Yeah.
Quilmes,
It's a good
Brahma,
lager.
Imperial is another. What was that?
Yeah,
Quilmes,
Imperial.
Brahma, and Imperial.
Andes is also
It's a nice, bright, well flavored lager. It's Budweiser. I mean, Argentina would make a whole lot of money if they started exporting their
started
Quilmes.
exporting,
Sure.
But that's the thing, like there's a
it's a-
Heineken on the table right now.
Right. And it
Heineken
would cost-
exports to the whole world.
Right, and it actually a Quilmes in the United States would cost twice or 3 times as much because it's imported.
Yeah, there you go.
Like you're drinking an Argentinian beer, and they would charge more for it because it's
You make
imported.
that money.
Yeah.
Why not?
People would pay it.
Yeah,
That's
sure.
the United States of America.
And-
they
and
would
yeah.
pay, and they say, "Oh, hey,
God,
we're
United
having a
States.
party, and we have
Right.
Quilmes beer.
Right.
Oh, Quilmes.
Oh,
Beat the
Okay.
party.
If you guys are listening, we used to do Sunday Funnies in Redlands, California. If you're here, who? But we would bring 30 packs, and the person that brought
36 packs.
36 packs, right? They, 'cause
36. I've never seen 36.
Huge
I've never-
box.
yeah,
36
we
packs,
would
yeah.
drink them all.
$13 for a 36 pack.
$13 fucking dollars.
Yeah, Red
36
Rolling Rock.
beers in a package. That's
$13.
almost. That's almost as big as a packet of
Yeah,
pesos
it's-
from a
Right.
bank.
Ah.
We're gonna get into
Oh
that.
yeah,
too,
we're gonna
you
have a
know.
little later.
We decided here the peso is so undervalued, you know, that when you go and you go and exchange money at Western Union, they give you these blocks of money.
Yeah,
They're
bricks.
wrapped up
Bricks.
in
Plastic.
plastic, like shrink wrapped.
Yeah.
And they're probably about 9 inches by 12 inches by 4 inches tall.
Yeah, like normal
which is
money.
about,
By a build length.
about $500
A
bucks.
build width by a build length
No,
by...
it's $300. It's the size of my hand, and I'm
Yeah.
6'4", so
Yeah, it's
a
Yeah.
big old bag of money
Gigantic
for
bricks.
3 bills in the States is
So,
like what,
There's a growing
300?
thing that you're not going to have to
Crazy.
count out your 1,000 peso notes, which are
Okay.
worth about
Now you
82
just get them in-
cents.
now you just
82
get them in
cents.
bricks.
They're just going to weigh them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
like
when you
pound
get
sterling.
Get ready to go buy something. You just put a wad of
Yeah. Here you
pesos
are,
up
on
there,
the scale,
and they
yeah.
weigh it on the scale and say, "Okay, you're clear."
Right.
yeah. Today your rent is due. Here, you need 2 pounds of money. 2
Right.
pounds.
But
My
then
rent
you
is
use-
2 pounds of money.
Wait, but then they use pounds with these grams.
Oh, kilograms.
Yeah. So they're like,
So
okay,
1 kilogram,
This is 500 grams of money. Okay, well that works.
Yep, your rent is 500 grams this month.
500
Your rent-
grams.
Your
that
rent's
pays
going
for-
up to 600 grams next month. What, 600 grams? Oh, you crazy? I ain't paying 600 grams for my rent.
That's true. So everybody's gonna have to walk around with these
crazy.
little things that they
Yeah, we're gonna have
electronic
scales,
weight
yeah.
scales, right? Like all the cokeheads.
Like this is the gold rush
Back
all
in the
over
States,
again.
yeah, it is the gold rush.
Everyone's got a scale. And they're like, oh, they're putting their gold nuggets and then and their fucking wads of pesos.
Oh, but it is incredible. In fact, you got
They put your carrots on one side and your pesos on the other. Does it balance?
So if
Yep.
you go to Western Union and pick up $1,000
Oh my God.
that you've transferred from Bank of America or something,
Lord.
they give you a couple of bricks, you
Yeah,
know, like
a
this,
couple,
and they
not
take you
3,
out the
4.
back door.
You have to go through this iron door. Like,
That's
you
like-
have to come over here to the secret iron door in front of everyone.
It's for your own good.
It's not even safe. Like everyone's looking at you. Like, well, you went to that iron door. You're basically like putting a highlight on your like
Well,
a
that's true.
spotlight on you. Like,
They just
hi, I'm getting a humongous amount of cash. Look at me, coming taking all this cash into my backpack. Please don't rob me as I leave.
Yeah, I'm one of those. Yeah, I'm coming out the back.
I feel
That's
like-
kind of weird, you know. That's not security.
Yeah,
I think it's gonna be that for everyone soon. It's gonna be like everyone has to go to the iron door. Because if you take out like $10, it's like a big old brick of money. It's like
That's
here's
crazy.
$10, 2
That's
bricks.
crazy.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my God! You have to go to Western Union with a wheelbarrow. If someone steals a brick, you're like,
I'm
oh God.
talking
that's-
about it. Wheelbarrows,
Yeah.
yes.
Oh, God,
Wheelbarrows.
someone just took
Yeah,
10
they
cents off me.
dollarize down here. People going to be walking through the streets with wheelbarrows of pesos.
Oh yeah, trying to get those dollars.
Yeah,
you know?
they-
Oh my
Trying to
God.
buy a beer. You a beer? Boom! A whole brick of money. You slam it down.
Oh yeah, here's my wait. What was that? How many pounds does it cost for one beer? Oh wait, I think my truck's outside.
Yeah. God.
I got a pickup. It's loaded. It's all right. That's just paid for the beer, right?
We are milking this one.
Damn.
But anyhow,
Yeah,
that's the way of the world down here.
And you guys worry about your little 1.2% inflation. Honey, imagine 200%. Imagine tomatoes changing price every single day. Imagine that when you buy an onion, which everyone buys tons of, it changes every single day.
You never know what it's going to cost,
Yeah.
and I never know how much money to take out anymore.
Yeah, it's true.
When I first got here, I take out 10,000 pesos.
Yeah.
And this was 2 years ago, and that would get me through a night.
Oh,
no
yeah.
problem.
Right.
Nowadays, I'm taking out 20, and I find out I'm a little short.
Yeah.
And I don't do anything
Yeah.
except buy a couple beers at the Chino.
Right.
And maybe a couple of empanadas.
Right. So
Yeah,
for those of you listening, it's I know it's hard to living in a
Grasp.
1% like inflation economy to grasp what 200% inflation means. It means that every single day your prices change, and you basically live on a constantly changing price scale every
Week by
single
week, yeah.
day. Yeah.
It's week by week. But I think in America it's a little bit higher than 1%. They
Yeah,
they
yeah.
try to
Yeah,
tell you that it's
yeah.
that, but
Yeah.
People who are living there, it's
they're
tough.
definitely covering it up.
the problem is
Yeah.
that the wages never go up with inflation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So people just
And that's in all the world. Anyone with inflation, the wages don't go up, and that's why
Wages-
it's inflation.
problem is
Because
wages
your
never go
wages
up.
aren't going up either.
Wages
If
never go
wages
up.
went up while it inflated, maybe it wouldn't be called inflation. It would just be normal economic growth.
Yeah, there it
Because
is.
that's what.
Oh, someone took an economic class. Things going together, yeah. They go hand in hand.
Normal
Yeah, it's so
economic
crazy.
growth.
Okay, so I'm drawing my Social Security pension as soon as I could. When I hit 62, I said, fuck this, give me the money. I paid in over $1 million of Social Security, and if I live to be, I think it's 88 years old, I'll get all that $1 million back. The math is kind of sketchy.
Yeah,
So
sure.
last
You should probably
year,
calculate that.
I got a cost of living
Oh, wow.
adjustment, a COLA.
Yeah.
Oh my God. It
COLA,
was
cost of living adjustment.
3%.
A cost of living adjustment. A percent.
I love what they call it.
Cost of living adjustment of 3%.
3%.
But in like it's like 3% of what? You don't have to tell everyone what it is,
Yeah.
but like what you were earning, because that's no one's fucking business.
Yeah.
But a 3% on whatever anyone, you could probably look up what Social Security is right now and figure it out. It's not that
You
much.
can look at inflation and figure out it
Yeah.
doesn't match inflation.
Yeah.
Case of beer.
Right.
It's
Exactly.
like, whoa.
Yeah.
Something to
This
deaden
is
the pain.
nothing.
Yeah.
Ease
Yeah.
the pain. Here, ease the pain. Buy one more case of beer this month.
And that's it.
And you'll feel a little bit better.
Yeah.
Buy one more case of Brahma.
They're helping you adjust to the increase in your cost of living.
Or Quilmes, whatever you want.
Here, have an extra beer.
Well, if you really want to do it right in retirement, you don't buy beer, you buy Old Crow.
You get a Roth IRA and you invest when you're young.
You remember Old Crow?
I have not heard of Old Crow.
You never
It's
heard of
whiskey.
Old Crow? Okay, they sold it in
I mean, I
pints.
hadn't heard of Herbie Kirby, so.
Okay, so they sell it in pints.
I don't know what the fuck
And,
you're talking
and
about.
the bottles are curved, so it can fit in
Oh,
your
you're
back
right.
pocket.
Like a flask.
It's like a flask, but
Oh,
Old
I just
Crow
screeched that like
is
Crow.
like it's flavored grain alcohol.
Ooh.
That's all it is.
I know.
Gross. That shit makes you stink.
My sister used
yeah.
to. Oh
That's
my
that
God, this is
nasty
what
alcohol that
it's
makes you stink. Oh god.
Oh
Yeah.
Okay, here's the story.
Like
called.
malt
Old Crow, it's
liquor.
called.
Malt liquor.
Yeah,
Malt
there's
liquor
another
be
one
making you
that.
stink.
Oh, what's it? Oh God, I forgot the name of it. Oh.
All right, we'll continue.
Okay,
Yeah, go,
I
go.
got a story.
While he thinks of it.
When I lived in Atlanta, I lived downtown, and there were some vacant buildings. We had an apartment and everything, but a vacant building across the alley, and a lot of bums lived in there. People that didn't care to work or whatever. And at that time in Georgia, you could not sell alcohol on Sunday at a store.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay,
It was like Bible Belt shit.
so what the bums would do is they'd buy white bread, Wonder Bread. We can talk about Wonder Bread later.
Oh,
and
fuck that
and
Wonder
they would buy perfume, alcohol
You
perfume.
just broke it. Continue.
Alcohol.
Yeah.
It was a perfume.
Yeah.
We'll start this over again.
No, continue. I hear
We
you.
can cut it out.
White
Oh, yeah,
bread
yeah,
and purple.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, are we back?
Keep going.
Okay, so they would buy perfume because you could get really cheap perfume at the little. I don't even know if there were chinos back then, and they would
Like
strain.
convenience stores.
They would strain the perfume through the white bread,
What
Into
the
a cup.
fuck?
and they could drink it because it was alcohol.
Oh my god.
And so we had the best smelling drunks on Sundays.
Oh my God.
Sunday go to church meeting, you know? That's a true story.
I wish you guys
Sunday
could. I wish you could see the fucking face that I'm making right now. I am literally appalled and shocked, and my face is like. Brr.
And you should see my face. I'm appalled and shocked that they never heard about this.
God.
You know, I've lived inner city most of my life, East Coast. I've seen a lot of shit.
I mean,
but that's the weirdest stuff.
I remember when I got homeless. Ooh, this is a good story. I remember when I got homeless, like when I was figuring my life out and I turned homeless, I had one bottle of bitters left. And I drank the bottle, but bitters is like really concentrated.
Strong, girl.
Yeah, it's not even alcohol.
It is
alcohol.
It's alcohol, yeah.
But
it's really strong and very like concentrate. It's like alcohol concentration.
Like vanilla extract.
Yeah, you pour a little bit in, and that's what you add a little bit of bitters to your cocktail, and it's fucking wonderful.
2 drops.
But you're not supposed to drink that whole fucking bottle.
No.
Yeah, so I had, when I went homeless, I had just moved. Oh my god. Should I tell the story? This is a good story. Those niggas.
Are you going to offend anybody?
Oh yeah, I'm definitely.
Keep going, man.
Oh, well, okay. We haven't offended anybody yet, I don't think. I don't.
Well,
have we offended?
shit.
If we've offended you, let us know. We can't remember it, but we will respond.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure my promise was that we haven't offended you in the first 5 minutes, and we're not doing our job.
So, I guess we're so used to offending people, we don't. Go ahead.
We don't even know. So anyway, yes. So yeah, I was building a business. It was my first business I ever built. I was a young guy in my 20s.
I love the story, yeah.
And I was living in Washington, D.C. I was like, you know what, let's do it. Let's move to California and make this happen. I moved to California, had some cash in my bank, and slowly it ran out, and I had a bottle of bitters. So, also, I had this really cute Lexus SE400 coupe.
Oh, beautiful.
And so literally everything that I owned was somehow in this coupe, like in the trunk, in the back seat.
That's so LA. That's so SoCal.
Yeah.
I have no money, but I got a nice car.
Right, and I'm like, just driving around, having my good time. So my money eventually ran out. So I drive. I'm like, where the fuck do I go? I'm trying not to drive far because I can't buy more gas, so I have to use whatever's in my tank. I'm like, okay, so I drive to this like sort of outdoor mall thing. There's a Target, there's a Walmart, there's all these things in a bunch of apartment complexes, and I'm like, I'm gonna sleep here for the night. And so I park under where like the darkest spot between 2 like tall lights. And I climb into the back, and I like try to go to sleep. Now it turns out that I'm in like Niggerville of Oakland, and these niggers come out playing in the parking lot at night. I was like, you can't even go to a goddamn park? Like, send your kids to a goddamn park where they can play. Don't make them play in the goddamn parking lot where they're gonna get run over by a goddamn car. Now these motherfuckers, they come like, they could somehow, I guess because it's an SE400, they're like, ooh, look at that SE400. And they look like, oh, this nigga's sleeping in his car. Oh, look at that nigga sleeping in the back of his car. Look at that nigga. Oh, look at that nigga. Oh, he's a homeless ass nigga. Just sleeping in the back of his little car. I was like, they woke me up. I'm like trying to
monkey ass knees.
And they, oh, look at that monkey. And they're like ape shit. They're like running around like goddamn fucking monkeys swinging from the fucking trees and shit. Like these are fucking howling monkeys. Like,
oh wait, are these niggers?
They're niggas,
or
yeah.
niggas?
Oh, there's some niggas. There's little nigga children.
Okay, niggas.
Little nigga children.
Yeah.
I'm like, you stupid little niggas.
We call those nigglets.
Yeah. Oh, nigglets. Yeah. They're the little nigglets. I was like, you get your nigga ass. I'm like, at least I'm older than them. I should have gone down and whooped their asses. Like, you started taking my belt off like my father. Like, get your dumb ass away from my goddamn car. Whoop each of their little asses. But I didn't do that.
Go read a book.
What happened was, read a book, you stupid nigga. Anyway, so I'm pulling. It's okay, I'm a nigga to myself. So. Just so you know.
So he has the license.
Right.
We don't have the license.
Yeah, exactly.
I've got the license.
So what I did, so like, and now there's like a group of these little niggas like fucking screaming like ape monkeying around. So what I do, and they see me moving, they're like, oh look, he's awake. And they're like, they are literally watching me. And I got tinted windows on the side so they can't see what they're doing. They're looking through my windshield.
Oh my god!
And so I'm like, okay. So what I did, I pulled my fucking blanket off, put my fucking feet through over because it had the center console.
Right.
Zip,
Yeah.
Whoop! Slipped in the front seat. Like, oh, the nigga drive! Hit that V8 up, and I.
Get your ass
I
out
drove
here.
the fuck out of there.
Get your ass out.
And these little niggers were like fucking running after my car. Like fucking apes swinging from trees.
You might have been the most action they've seen.
I was
in a
like, this
long
is some
time.
Tarzan
There's a
shit.
scene like that in Apocalypse Now.
I'm sorry,
If
but
you
that's the
remember
story that
movie,
truly
you know,
happened.
with Martin Sheen and
Maybe, I don't know.
Apocalypse Now at the very
That shit
end,
pissed
he
me off.
finally finds Marlon Brando. And they have to close the gates to this
Martin Sheen and
compound.
Marlon Brando, that's old.
I think it was in Cambodia. Maybe it was in, I know, Vietnam War, but maybe in Cambodia. But Marlon Brando controlled everything. But they closed the gates at night, and all of Viet Cong were just hanging from trees, jumping and
Yeah,
jumping.
and that sounds like these little nigglets. I have never in my life felt so ashamed for the people that I come from. I was so ashamed of them. I was like, you people shame me. And once I very quickly figured out how to figure my life back up, got myself back together, and now here I am in Buenos Aires with you guys. We're filming we're putting
Oh,
a
good
podcast
story.
together.
Thank you for
Yeah.
sharing.
But I've never been so ashamed.
Well, I mean, they're a victim of their circumstance, I think.
As
in
they
a way.
please.
Well,
But you can
okay.
owe it like I rose
Yeah,
above.
you gotta rise above. That's the thing.
Yeah,
You
happening.
rose
yeah,
above.
yeah,
And
yeah.
I'm going to even go back to Jay-Z, like Jay-Z rose above.
True.
So, and he's a billionaire.
Now, yeah.
But there's $1 billion in the elevator. Well, that was Beyonce, but still.
Still, that was $2 billion. Not
Yeah.
but, yeah.
So you rise above your station, and those little nigglets, and I was like so ashamed. But anyway, now that story over. Story over.
Well,
But that happened.
they're
It was
all
very
safe and
embarrassing.
sound now in San Quentin, you know.
Oh, Lord.
Ah!
Oh,
Yeah,
Lord.
that's fine. Yeah, it's California, right?
Girl.
So San Quentin.
Oh God.
Everybody goes San
Girl.
Quentin.
Oh my
New
God.
York, you go
Oh
to
my
Fire
God.
Island.
Oh my.
I mean,
Yeah. You know, you got guys like that. They just can't function in society.
Wait, Fire
they
Island?
never
There's
learned how to do it.
There's,
Oh,
Fire Island is a gay
there's also
island, right?
Yeah,
there's
there's some
Rikers
residential
Island.
there, but there's a big fucking penitentiary.
Is that Rikers or is that Fire? Rikers
Rikers
Island.
or Fire?
Rikers Island.
Well, right, it might be
In New
right.
York, it's Rikers Island because that's like
Rikers,
the
right.
worst prison. People die just from waiting for trial in Rikers Island. They die.
Damn, that's
Terrible
fucked
prison.
up. You know
The
what?
prison system in America is fucked.
I mean, and the what I okay.
Fire Island is a gay island.
I agree with
About
you
the
on
gay
that,
shit.
but
it's on that island.
once you become in the custody of the state, you still have rights. And if you die in the custody of the state should be sued for fucking not giving you the proper protection. Just because you are in an American prison does not mean that you should be subject to beatings and rape and all that shit. The state should fucking take care of it, or figure out a better fucking system for taking care of their criminals.
Well,
There's
honey,
no better system.
it's a for-profit system in America.
There's a better
Obama
system.
would-
There's a better system. It's called put them in uncontrollable debt by giving them a civil fine. Because
Hey.
you fuck with
They
someone's
don't
money,
care about
Downward
money.
spiral.
They just want to hurt people.
well,
You know, Obama.
or just blow their head off.
People
Sorry.
don't know this. Obama, who's the Biden's
Obama.
boss. Biden's
Oh.
boss is Obama, right?
Mm,
Barack
yeah.
Obama.
Yeah.
You know, he was born in Hawaii. Wink,
Yeah.
wink.
And
You know, he's
they
a
say
real
his
American.
husband's gonna
Wink,
be the
wink.
next president.
Okay.
Whoa,
During his,
whoa,
What
bro.
did you say? Say
What's
that
going on
again.
here?
We already heard it. We can rewind that.
Jesus.
again.
Oh,
Let's
okay,
not
okay.
say none of
Well,
that.
he built more prisons. One of the things he did
Yeah.
during his
Private
administration,
prisons.
he privatized prisons, and there were many prisons. Just take
You know
these
what? That
people.
sounds strangely like what Malay is doing. He's re-privatizing all the government fucking systems. Although they backtracked on their deal to re-privatize YPF, which actually,
which is the gas company.
I mean, we
Yeah.
can change it up.
Oil for
Which I think-
gasoline.
Prisons have been built by a lot of like older. I mean, Bill Clinton, he made way for the new slavery prison system that's happening in America.
Yeah.
And it was like,
The
we love Bill
privatized-
Clinton.
the
Oh, he's a
privatized
black
prison
person. All black people love Bill Clinton, but he putting all y'all niggas in jail.
right?
And now
Like-
Obama comes in, more niggers in jail.
I
mean,
just,
niggas don't know what the fuck. I don't know.
it just doesn't make sense to me. Like, the idea of prison is that you are in the custody of the state. So how do you
Custody.
in the custody? The
of the state.
What did I
The
say?
custodian, yeah.
Oh my God.
It's killed me.
Custodian. Oh.
It's killed me
That
today.
is
Yep.
the- you are a custodian. No, the state is the custodian of you. That's what.
There
I meant
you
to
go.
say. That's what it was. But if the state has created the prison in the first place, how is it that you can sell this system that is inherently state-owned?
It's not state-owned. The prisons are private.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
why?
So your state sentences you to your penitentiary
Right,
in
so
a prison
I think
that is
that-
privately owned. That's
Yeah,
not
exactly.
fair.
The
State can't put you in a private institution.
Exactly. Because the state has custody of you. But if they put you into a private prison, now this private
That's a
person has
trade of-
custody of you.
They can't afford it. It's like subletting.
Then figure the
Subletting
fuck out.
something.
It's the same thing with student loans.
Yeah. What?
You get a loan from the government to go to a state school, but then you have to pay a private bank.
Yeah,
And
so
they
how does
fuck
that
you
work?
over.
Because it's the state's fault. It's the state's
And the
creation.
state passes the buck.
Which is dumb because I'm sorry, but I'm gonna go to appeal on I'm not in the custody of the state. I'm in the custody of this private. I want to go to a state prison, please. I'm sorry if it's gonna be worse or better. I don't care. I want to be in the custody of the state. I don't want to be in the custody of this private fucking institution because.
Sally Mack, Fannie Mae. She owns everything.
And you
Who
know,
the
I'm
fuck
pretty
is
sure
Sally
if
Mae and
somebody-
Fannie Mac?
I'm
Whatever.
pretty sure if somebody actually fucking
Federal Mortgage Guarantee Association.
yeah.
Which is like a-
Mac.
the-
And then Fannie Mae is something.
Is
Is it
Different agency.
Freddie Mac is like the insurer for mortgages, and Fannie.
Well,
is
who
the
are these
insurer
fucking
for student
people?
loans or something.
Freddie and Fannie are assholes, by the way.
Yeah,
so who the
shit.
fuck are Freddie and Fannie? Are they
Fuck
actual
them.
people?
Fuck Freddie, fuck Fannie.
Yeah.
Hey,
Fuck
that-
Freddie and Fannie.
That sounds
Well,
like hey.
sounds a little bit
Fuck-
gay. Fuck the Fannie.
Somewhere
Fuck my Fannie.
out there, somebody heard that and said, "Oh my God, my next porn movie." He's
yeah.
sitting up on a mountaintop somewhere in Italy.
Oh my
He's got
God.
$1 billion off the porn.
Freddie
industry.
fucks Fannie.
Okay,
Yeah.
he picks up the phone. Okay, we got another
Freddie
one.
and
Fuck
Fannie.
Freddie and Fannie.
Oh,
Okay, here we go.
we should just be like, fuck my Fannie.
And fuck my
Freddie
Fannie.
Fannie.
Fuck my Fannie.
Freddie and Fannie and fuck my Fannie.
Freddie fucks Fannie.
Oh God. Fuck me, Fannie.
Oh my goodness.
There we go. That's some laughter.
Oh,
We've been
God.
really serious
Damn,
lately. God.
okay.
We're getting close.
That's what he said. That's what he
Getting
said.
close. Well, fan my Fannie. Yeah. Get it. Hit my Fannie. Hit my Fannie. Hit that Fannie high, baby. Why does
Jonny isn't close, he's there. And I'm about 1 meter behind him. Tadeo's the only one that's got any fucking sense right now.
Closing in. He's
I don't know how he
closing
holds it together. Oh, is this your Heineken over?
No, I've
You're
got-
not drinking?
I've got mine.
That's the problem, Tadeo. God.
This might be the hardest rated. This might be the hardest rated one yet.
I might need a little. Now it's getting X-rated. Uh-oh.
Oh, X-rated. Well, let's give a little plug for what we're going to
Actually,
do.
yeah.
And what's that called? Okay,
The
we have this
Afterglow.
podcast and it's free. Okay, Velvet Hammer. But we're thinking about doing a
debrief, an afterglow.
Okay, an
If you
afterglow
like that idea.
debrief Velvet Hammer.
But you're gonna have to pay for it.
Where we will really
Yeah,
have
we-
no holds barred.
Yeah,
We'll do
that's
it
it.
right after this drunken spree
Yeah.
that we do here, and we will say anything and everything.
And all you gotta do is subscribe for the measly portion of 99 cents. I mean, for us,
Well, that's the thing. Once you subscribe, once money transacts, then we're not responsible for polluting your mind because you chose to have your mind polluted and perverted.
and hopefully
Okay.
you're one of the people who wants your mind polluted.
Yeah.
You're like, thank you guys. You guys, we are your kind of people. I hope so.
You know, we do this debrief. Okay, Velvet
That's
Hammer
it.
debrief. For right now, that's what we're going to call. We do it after we
Yeah, we
turn
haven't
off.
named it yet.
After we
We
turn
haven't-
on
the
off
subscriptions
the
are not
recorder here,
available yet.
We continue talk for another 4 or 5 hours
Yeah.
and have a
but
good
it'll,
time.
It'll be about 35 to 45 minutes.
And we realized at one point that what we're saying after hours,
Gets
after
way more
Velvet
rocks.
After Hours, Velvet Hammer, we're
Well,
still
well,
looking for a title.
Yeah. And let's not worry about
Help us out with
I'm
that.
not worried about
Y'all
that.
can call it what you want.
Let's not bore our viewers with our little thoughts.
They
and
would
our
just
things
say,
that we're
here it
doing.
is.
Let's get
What
back
it
to the topic.
is an after
What,
hours.
do we have a topic?
fun.
Yeah, I think so.
What? What's our topic?
There was something that somebody was
Something.
thinking
What
of.
were we talking about?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
So
I'll give us a topic. Let's get
Okay.
a prediction.
What?
we are at
predictions.
prediction hours.
Oh my God. What's the prediction?
Ooh.
Okay.
So last week we did predictions on bombings. The bombings did or did not happen. Jonathan thought our school would get bombed. Luckily, thank God, nothing happened to that.
Oh, I would say earlier Tom made a prediction that from Malay when he starts doing the subsidy, he cancels the subsidies. Everyone's gonna start moving to like carpools and stuff.
Carpools.
I think that's gonna happen because now we have now figured out, as we talked about earlier, the buses are gonna triple in cost. And if you take 3 buses,
clearly.
you might as well take a carpool.
How?
It's probably going to be cheaper to take a carpool, and I think you might be a win on that one.
So how is austerity going to affect the world?
Austerity?
Austerity?
Yeah, austerity.
To affect the world, or do you mean
affect the
Argentina?
world?
Well, you can say it as the world or Argentina
man.
or United States.
I
What you just said was an austerity
I'm not
package.
austere.
Yeah.
Are you austere, Johnny?
I know.
I'm not austere.
Oh, no.
No, austerity.
I know.
Pulling back of state
Austere.
funds.
Austere.
Austere, yeah. We never
Austerity.
work.
is the-
Fred Astaire, fine. How does Fred Astaire affect the world these days?
Okay. So-
I mean, well, at least
Am I
in
did I
Argentina.
say it wrong? Austerity?
No, you're saying it
Austerity?
right. In Argentina, we can't talk about the world because we
I
have no
can.
fucking clue.
I mean, United
There's
States
no
has
way. The
austerity.
world is so big. Like, austerity affects Argentina differently than it affects the United States, differently than it affects the Congo, differently than it affects the China.
Congo? What the fuck?
Yeah,
The
because
Congo?
it's different.
Oh.
No, I'm just saying,
DRC?
austerity is
Oh,
different.
give me a break.
So how can
You're
I
going to
say?
Shingasa now. Okay, 20 million
Shingasa,
people.
yeah.
They're all fucking living in the street with shit all around them.
Oh,
it's a Shingasa
So
is the
weird.
second largest city that are Francophiles, which means they speak French. Okay, so Paris is number 1. Shingasa in the DRC is the
The
number
second
2.
bitches.
Democratic Republic of Congo?
Yeah,
Yeah.
DRC.
One of the richest lands. And these people don't know how, I'm like, grow some tomatoes and some lettuce, motherfuckers. And they're like digging in the
These
ground
are
for fucking touch them.
vegetables.
I was like, you can just
It's
grow
so
your own
horrible
vegetables
there.
and live.
There are so many people living in the streets. So many people living in the
There's
streets in
something
Shingasa
there.
that from time to time the police come out and all these children, they round them up and they're
Oh,
never
Lord.
seen again.
Yeah.
They go out and they kind of cleanse the population. I mean, this is the kind of place that you don't want to go to Shingasa.
Fair.
No.
I mean, I have this. Okay, so I don't think that.
You get eaten by a lion.
Minerals.
Lord.
Okay, how about
Like,
this?
Shingasa, no, I'm gonna
No,
go out
that's
to the desert.
you're talking
I'll take
about
my
Italy.
chances.
You're talking about Italy.
There it goes.
They let lions out at night, you
The
know,
lion-
and they
right.
roam the
Okay.
streets, you know.
Well,
looking for-
At the cleansing during the night, the lion knows.
I kind of like. I want to hit something on minerals because mineral rights and who owns the minerals. The world, the Earth is a gigantic rock, and certain parts of it were hotter than others and created diamonds. Other parts were cooler than others and created gold. Mountains fucking sprouted out. fucking-
Tungsten, copper, etc. Yes.
So I think that a lot of the people that like go and mine this shit, which we all need, I think their mindset is it's just a fucking floating rock. And if you really backtrack, if we didn't have civilization, nobody would have known that this is Congo's land, quote unquote, or Angola's land, or the United States land. It's just land on this floating rock in space.
Human construct.
And it just so happens that that part of the rock created this much mineral.
because of
Yeah.
its scarcity.
And, yeah, but
Yeah,
just because a civilization grew up over it means they own it? I would say, fuck that civilization. It's the world's.
Yeah, but I mean, we're ruled by
Like,
the passport
yeah,
this day and age.
yeah, but
So
Your
so
passport tells you where you can and cannot go.
Oh sure, of course.
If you don't have a passport, you
but-
cannot leave.
Like, well,
You are
I'm
literally in a prison of your
yeah,
own.
I'm not trying to push this to a
Yeah.
higher
You-
level.
you happen to be born in this country, and that is
Is
your
your
place,
prison.
and
Yeah.
that's your legacy.
Exactly.
That's your
Right.
limitations.
And I sometimes I like talk to my family. I'm like
Do you have passports?
just
No, no, no.
because I was born in the United States doesn't mean that I'm free
Limited.
to roam and live anywhere in the earth that I please.
Technically, you
The
are.
whole earth is
You
mine.
pretty much are.
Yeah, if you're born in the U.S., you are.
With a U.S. passport, you can do just about.
With a Venezuelan
you can do
passport?
anything.
Well,
You can't barely go anywhere.
Well, but Venezuelans are then if I didn't have a U.S. passport and maybe I was born in Venezuela, I would have just walked into Argentina and then like okay, eventually I would have got my DNI and
Yeah, but
still
you
be
can't.
fine.
it's weird though. Like with certain passports, that is your limitation. There's like levels of it.
Well,
Sure.
The
Okay.
US,
you can
European
find
Union.
a list of the most valuable passports.
That's
it
it.
is.
Yeah.
Actually, I think it's UK is number 1,
Yeah.
and maybe US is number 2.
Number two.
I haven't
Germany's
looked at
up
it
in
for a
there.
while, but it's really
All
we
of
can go
Europe,
anywhere
Germany,
we want.
yeah.
You know,
Look
it's
at that.
no problem.
Because people, but I mean,
Ukraine, you can get
for me,
anywhere.
it's just it just so happened that the civilization was there at that place. Like, really, we're not fucking different than anyone. We're still human. We just happen to call ourselves the United States of America, or they just happen to call themselves the Congo, or they just call themselves
We're
Canada.
just different
or
fucking
France.
tribes. We're different tribes of fucking monkeys.
Exactly. We're
That
in
think that-
the
oh,
end,
oh,
we're
oh,
all
oh,
human. We are all of Earth.
Mm-hmm.
So really, I think like the tungsten, the copper, the lithium isn't Argentina's lithium or Congo's
It's for us all.
tungsten. It's for the entire
Congo's gold.
planet.
Yeah.
And I think the planet needs to fucking take better care of who is fucking mining this and make sure that those fucking profits get.
That is the
As he laughs, as he started laughing, I started laughing
I'm
too.
sorry, Johnny.
Yeah, no.
I am not there.
That
Sam's
is-
capitalistic product
So
plug.
what?
the most optimistic thing I've ever heard from you.
That was very optimistic.
So optimistic.
Yeah, and
I'm
that was-
going to
never
start
was.
a
That was
campaign for
entirely-
president of the world.
That was
okay?
entirely
And then
anti-capitalist.
You can be a deputy, and if you want to make everything equal and make everything come out, that's fine.
Well, how about
That's-
this? I don't want to make everything equal because I definitely want to get my money off of
No,
it.
I know
love.
it's not an ego thing. It's
Yeah.
just a concept.
And also, like, I mean, I'm sorry,
Yeah,
but
and that's what
if I'm gonna fucking mine some shit from your fucking country and I'm gonna make fucking billions of dollars off of it, in order to prevent war, I'm gonna make sure that I give a good portion of that billion to the fucking people,
Absolutely.
so that they stay calm and don't fight me.
Yeah. Well, that's one.
Maybe that's more capital. That's the
okay,
capitalistic
last summer.
plug. That's what I agree.
That's
Last
an
summer-
optimistic one.
Last summer I
I
went
mean,
to.
I would
I
definitely
went to
give some
Kuwait.
millions away just to keep the people calm and not fighting me while I take.
I have a
the
point on that.
Last summer I went to Kuwait City for a week. I was knocking on these big financial houses. We were
Right, I
looking for
remember that.
money to make a movie that we want to make and all this. And I learned a lot about Kuwait. And in Kuwait, all the oil is owned by the people.
People.
Mhm.
Nice.
And every Kuwaiti citizen
So it is
receives
possible.
$40,000
It is possible.
US dollars a year. Every Kuwait citizen.
Yeah.
And that's because that's their share of the oil.
Exactly.
That
So
that
it
country
is possible.
brings
I feel
out.
like that was what was happening in Venezuela as well. They had all that oil they were selling, and then they gave it to the people. So Venezuela
the
was
United
a
States
rich,
fucked it up.
rich country.
Until
Beautiful.
the United States fucked it up.
And then they
Venezuela's
fucked him in the ass.
wonderful.
What do you want to call
Yeah,
it?
that's probably why they hate us so much. Well, they don't hate me, but they hate.
I mean-
they hate Americans.
You were talking about utopias. I'm gonna get into some nasty dirtiness right now.
Go ahead.
Because with all this migration, a lot of the poorer countries like Guatemalans, Venezuelans, whatever, have to migrate and work. And so in a lot of the US poultry and meat industry are a lot of migrants. So recently, 2 people at the same factory drowned in a pool of cow manure. Cow shit.
Oh my
Sure.
god.
They drowned in cow shit.
I've
How
seen
did
that.
that happen?
I've seen pools of cow manure.
Terrible
in
death.
Oklahoma.
You're coughing, vomiting, and breathing
Oh
it
my
until you
god!
die.
Imagine
Horrible
suffocating.
death.
Imagine drowning. Like
In
that means,
not just
that
water,
means cow
cow
shit.
shit.
I mean, drowning means your lungs is
Are
filled with
filled
whatever
with cow
liquid.
shit.
Oh, I
So
have
they
a joke.
were literally inhaling cow shit
And
juice
vomiting it
into
out
their
until
lungs.
they died.
Oh,
I have a joke.
God.
I have a joke, real quick.
That's terrible.
Okay. So
One
this
more, but-
this
I
guy
have to- oh,
this
that's-
guy dies.
that's
Okay, he goes to hell.
I'm
And
not
he,
even
he
starting
meets
to
he meets the
stop.
devil. And the devil says, you have 3 choices. What do you want to do? And he says, he opens door 1, and people are in there, and they're being whipped and beaten by I don't
Oh, I like
like
that
that.
I
He
like
opens
that.
door 2, and there's fire all over everything, and demons burning people. And then I don't like that either. He goes to door 3, and everybody's standing in there with a cup of coffee and a saucer, just talking like this, but they're knee deep in shit.
Oh.
Okay, so he said, that doesn't look too bad. So he says, I'll go here. He says, fine. And he went in, it's wonderful, it's
what are they
cup
like?
of coffee, and then the devil comes in and says, okay, coffee break's over, everybody back on your heads.
Oh.
Reverse it. It's in the moment. Ugh.
So you never know. You think something's nice, and really you're just stepping into a pile of shit. So 2 people died.
2 people died that way.
But
they drowned at a month apart at the same factory.
But they
and then
drowned
in another
in
factory,
like a pool of cow shit.
Yeah,
That's
liquid cow shit.
I would rather drown in water.
Clearly.
I don't want to drown. Drowning is a terrible way to die.
Yeah.
Because you're like literally trying. You run out of air and then you start inhaling, and you just inhale whatever liquid into your lungs until your lungs are full, and then you're dead. But they were inhaling. But instead of
they can resuscitate you after 2 hours.
And you get pump all that
2
shit
hours.
out.
But the thick cow shit
they were inhaling cow shit poop water.
No, you can't listen to that.
No.
One also
disgusting.
Let me tell you one more that happened a week ago.
What a terrible way to die.
I won't say the way, but
okay.
I feel
in Mississippi.
Bad. Okay.
In Mississippi, a 16-year-old.
A little higher here. We're not gonna. Okay.
I'll tell you one more.
Okay.
For the last one, and 16-year-old got pulled into a chicken deboner.
Oh, a chicken deboner.
And died.
Well,
wow.
Well, people get sucked into jet airplanes every once.
Wait,
engines of jet airplanes every once in a while.
Did you say
sucks you in and you're just gone, man.
Yeah. But I mean, that's why they got those yellow
What
lines.
the fuck is a chicken deboner, by the way?
But I mean, did you say a child?
A 16-year-old child
16-year-old. I mean,
was pulled into a chicken deboner.
Like.
And somehow
shredded.
And they paid his family $200,000.
That's all.
Exactly.
They should have paid him more.
Clearly, you got more. That bitch who burnt her tongue at the McDonald's coffee,
got way more.
Got millions for burning her white, wonderful tongue.
Yeah.
And that kid got pulled through a chicken deboner.
God, he was shredded.
Exactly. And he got $200,000 his family. Nothing.
Okay.
Like it literally.
Anyways.
Okay.
We are getting it bad, girl. We are into the
dark side. Predictions.
Okay.
My prediction
predictions,
is because there's so much underwater, there's so much rivers underneath that the city of Buenos Aires. I predict that there's going to be like a 35-story apartment building that's going to collapse.
Oh God.
And that will happen, and the whole street will clean it up,
and
they'll put up a parking lot.
Okay.
And put up a parking lot.
Yeah.
I mean, they do need parking lots, especially now that the Super Day fucking.
Yeah.
I feel like
you can't ride the bus.
Yeah.
I kind of agree with that one.
Yeah, that actually might.
I kind of feel like that's gonna happen. Like something's gonna collapse.
Something's gonna fall. Because we've heard stories about sinkholes in apartment buildings.
Yeah, I mean,
we have one in our own building.
Are you shitting me?
I used to live in this room. I moved to another one, but there's a fucking 15-foot sinkhole.
And it
just
keeps on sinking.
In your apartment building?
Yeah, in the
Where
apartment
are
building.
you?
On the ground floor
And
in
we're in
Palermo.
In Palermo?
Mhm.
Yeah, we're in and it just keeps on getting deeper.
Whoa!
They keep putting in sand, trying to fill it, and it just eats the
And
sand.
it just eats the sand. It just absorbs. I think because there's like an underground river or something like we were talking about earlier.
But we live above the whole building is
Sinkhole
underneath
thing.
that sinkhole, and I feel like there's
thank
sinkholes.
God my room didn't fall into it. Jesus.
Yet.
Right.
I agree with your. I agree with your prediction. I think. I think honestly, we all have that prediction.
Yeah, probably.
And on that note,
I think how about that? Yeah, we will all agree on that.
Note, yeah.
Okay, T, what do you got?
No, I think we all agree on that
Did
one. That's
you-
it.
Did you do a prediction?
Yeah, it's the same as yours. I
Yeah,
think
we all agree that this is the same prediction.
Okay.
And go.
Okay.
Thank you guys. This is it. Thank you all for listening to today's episode. This is episode number 4. If you liked what you hear, and especially if you didn't, I hope we offended you. Please remember to like and subscribe and comment if you can, if you're listening on Spotify. This is your this is
I guess your favorite podcast.
This is your favorite podcast.
We're
Great
supposed to say
part.
something.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'll be ready again. This is
The Velvet Hammer.
Hey, have a great week.